Hey there, fight fans. In today's video, Conor McGregor's surprising announcement about running for the presidency of Ireland has set social media on fire with hilarious fan reactions.
Holy shit.
Next, we break down the intense 5-minute grappling match between Rockhold and Hamza Chimaev, where the younger star showcased his dominance. Then we will look at Sean O'Malley's crazy plan to target Merab's recent injury during their upcoming fight, hoping to turn it into a key advantage. Also, Islam Makhachev will not be defending his lightweight title against Arman Tsarukyan this year due to a hand injury.
Why do you believe Islam is number one?
Because of Islam number one. Yeah.
Plus, a heated rivalry between Kamaru Usman and Belal Muhammad continues to boil over.
Who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is that guy?
And Israel Adesanya's street altercation was all caught on video and quickly went viral. So, without further ado, let's get started. Conor McGregor's announcement of his intention to run for the presidency of Ireland in 2025 has sparked a wave of humorous reactions across social media. While some fans are taking his announcement seriously, many others are finding humor and imagining what a McGregor presidency would look like. In his announcement, McGregor expressed strong words about his intent to challenge the current political establishment. He described the government as thieves and destroyers of small businesses, and emphasized that if elected, he would bring drastic changes to Ireland's political landscape. Now, social media was quickly flooded with memes and witty commentary, with many fans imagining McGregor turning Ireland's political landscape into something more resembling a UFC press conference. Comments like he's going to declare war on Dagestan on day one, and McGregor will make Khabib an international fugitive. Another fan jokingly predicted that McGregor would enforce mandatory cocaine indulgence. Well, despite all the jokes, some fans are convinced that McGregor would have made a great president. Whether or not his presidential bid is successful, it is clear that the Irish superstar continues to keep fans entertained, even when stepping outside of the fight game. As for his fights, he says he still expects to return to the octagon this year and participate in an upcoming UFC event, potentially scheduled for December in Las Vegas.
Happening to Conor McGregor right now, for the people at home who don't understand it, basically they're like, why is Conor not fighting? Conor has 2 fights left on his fight deal, but the UFC is trying to renew their rights deal because they license their content, which are the fights, to platforms. So they're trying to renew their deal with, they're negotiating multiple people, but let's say it's going to go with ESPN. They're trying to renew the deal and get him the most amount of money. A part of that negotiation is, hey, we have Conor McGregor for 2 more fights. But if he were to fight now, that wouldn't be a part of the negotiation. The company would be like, oh yeah, well you only have Conor for one fight. So that's why Conor's not fighting right now. And this is what they do to the fighters is, if you sign the contract that you didn't sign, if you win, then you're like locked in for 3 more fights or something like that. And there's each contract is different, but you basically don't want to win because then you're locked in for 3 more fights.
My brother now to have big cup, next big cup. We have big cup tomorrow.
In a recent flare-up of UFC rivalry, former welterweight champion Kamaru Usman clashed with reigning champion Belal Muhammad in a heated war of words.
I tell you what, man, Belal Muhammad's got pretty cocky with that belt.
Imagine how I feel. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is that guy? I didn't know who this guy was a couple years ago or last year. I didn't hear his name. I don't even remember his name. You know, more power to Belal if that's how he feels. I mean, he's dropping, he paid for someone to do a diss song or whatever.
Turn it up, turn that up.
Hey.
Turn it up. I got
in the locker room, lacing up his worn-out gloves, thinking about that golden belt, all his dreams of love.
Ooh, hit the best move. That song was as corny as can be. Looking at a golden belt, I have 6 of them in the room next door. Yeah, I can look at belts all day. And if I want his belt, I'm coming to take his belt. I want the fight, but when you've got him saying, I'm gonna sit down, I'll let those guys, you guys fight, and then I'll fight the winner. Listen, that's not a recipe for how you make money. So it is what it is, but at some point, he's gonna have to step in there with me, and we're gonna settle it. But yeah, it is what it is. Keep dropping corny corny, weak diss track. Was that what that's called? A diss track? It was like a lullaby or something. It was a nice country lullaby for me.
His commitment reignited the tension between the two fighters, with Muhammad taking to social media once again to mock Usman, this time ridiculing the podcast shirtless appearance. The back and forth has fueled speculation about a potential showdown, with Usman currently on a 3-fight losing streak and looking to reclaim his place at the top of the division. Despite his recent losses, Usman still remains a formidable force in the welterweight division and has made it clear that he is gunning for Muhammad's title. Islam Makhachev will not be defending his lightweight title against fellow Arman Tsarukyan this year due to a hand injury. Makhachev's coach Javier Mendez confirmed that the reigning champion has not yet returned to training after sustaining the injury 3 months ago in his fight against Dustin Poirier. As a result, the title fight between Makhachev and Tsarukyan is unlikely to happen before early next year. Then in a recent interview, Tsarukyan hinted at the possibility of an interim title bout if Makhachev remains sidelined. He suggested New Zealand's Dan Hooker, who is ranked 5th in the division, as a potential opponent for the interim belt. So this development only adds an interesting twist to the lightweight division as fans eagerly await Makhachev's return to the octagon. Now, as you already know, Merab Dvalishvili recently posted a video on social media revealing a fresh cut under his eye, which he sustained just 3 weeks before his fight. This injury has not gone unnoticed by O'Malley, who plans to take full advantage of it in the octagon.
I am 100% going to open up that cut. Whether it's healed or not, that thing's gonna, I don't know how much it can heal. I've never really had any bad cuts, so I'm not sure really but I'm going to be, that's the left side of his face. This right hand doesn't miss. So, yeah, I mean, it just adds. I think I'll probably accidentally hit his nose before I hit that cut. That nose just kind of takes up like 85% of his face. So I'm going to try to get around his nose and get to that cut.
O'Malley seems laser focused on turning this injury into a potential game changer. As UFC 306 draws closer, all eyes will be on whether O'Malley can execute his plan and whether Merab's cut will affect the fight's outcome. With both fighters looking to make a statement, the bout promises to deliver some fireworks. This summer saw the debut of the highly anticipated Hardcore Fighting Championship reality show, the HFC Fight Show. Set in the UAE, the show follows a familiar format: 16 fighters from across 4 continents competing for supremacy. Now, one of the major highlights of the season so far has been a guest appearance by Hamza Chimaev. Chimaev shared a few simple techniques from his extensive grappling arsenal. However, the real treat came when Chimaev engaged in a 5-minute grappling match with Rockhold. Fans were eager to see how the former UFC middleweight champion would fare against the younger and faster Chimaev, and the results, well, they did not disappoint. While Rockhold started in a dominant top position, Chimaev quickly reversed the situation, showcasing his superior grappling skills. Rockhold managed to avoid submission twice, but it became apparent that Chimaev was not pushing his full strength, allowing Rockhold some room to work. Eventually, though, Chimaev turned up the intensity, securing a dominant top position and wearing down his opponent. He initially looked to secure a triangle, but ultimately transitioned to an armbar, forcing Rockhold to tap out. Chimaev's dominant performance on the HFC Fight Show is sure to boost the show's popularity as it enters its final stages. With his stock rising, fans are eagerly awaiting Chimaev's return to the octagon, where he still has much to prove. Israel Adesanya was involved in a road rage incident in New Zealand, which was caught on video and then quickly went viral. The altercation between the fighter and another man occurred on the side of the road where Adesanya's car was parked. A bystander who filmed the confrontation drove away as Adesanya said, "Try and do something," and spat at the other man.
That is all for today. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel because it is very important to us. And thank you all in advance.